Hi folks, today I thought I would talk a little bit about warming up and cooling down, some suggestions on what you might do, as well as why we do those things. So if you're not good about doing them already, perhaps those better understanding will get you to do those more often because I think that they're important. So first of all, before any run whatsoever, you should be doing some type of dynamic stuff before you even head out the door for your run. Now I emphasize dynamic, meaning you keep going, as in years past, there was the thought that you should do some static stretching. Static stretching is where you might do a stretch and you hold it for, say, 10 seconds, 20 seconds, 30, whatever. And even though there are still some people that believe you should do static stretching, the vast majority of studies show that static stretching before running has a negative impact on your performance. So whatever you do, it should be dynamic. So the things that I do, and there are certainly things you can do. These are not magic, they're just what I do. I will put some links to some YouTube videos in my comment section down below as to what I do. I do leg swings and the lunge matrix, but in either case, or any case, if you do something different, that's fine. Make sure you get some glute activation in that, because our glutes, our butt muscles, they like to go to sleep because we're a society that sits a lot. You want to make sure they're ready to go because the glutes are really important in running. Now, during the leg swings and the lunge matrix, I have to concentrate on making sure I'm using my glutes to do those movements, not just doing them on my own. Again, you can do something different, dynamic, but make sure that there is something with glute activation in there for you. Okay, so now you're ready to head out the door, and sometimes you need more warm-up, and sometimes you don't. So I'm going to say you've got two types of runs at a really high level. You've got easy runs, which are, frankly, the majority of your runs are probably just easy runs, and then you have everything else. Steady state, tempo, fartleks, progression, track work. I mean, there's all kinds of other runs. It's basically any run that's got paces at it that are faster than your easy conversational pace are all your other runs. So if you are doing just an easy run, you don't need to do any type of a warm-up within the run. I mean, you probably ease into it the first mile, but generally speaking, you can kind of hit your easy pace, easy heart rate, and just kind of go. For all the other types of runs, you want some easy running to precede the faster running that you're going to do. How much easy running? I generally do a couple of miles. Sometimes 3, other people it's just 1, it varies, but you want to do something because what you're trying to do is gradually increase your heart rate and your core body temperature. Your body really likes homeostasis. It doesn't like sudden changes in things. So if you all of a sudden take out the door right off the bat, running at that faster pace, then your heart rate and your body temperature tend to really be jerked up, and your body will scream at you about that. It doesn't like that. So that easy running ahead of time allows you to more gradually increase that. Your body may still whine at you a little bit, but it's going to be a lot more accepting of that. So again, if your run is anything other than just easy, have some easy running, a mile or two, 10, 15, 20 minutes, whatever works for you, before you get into your faster running. Now, you also need a cool down. If you're doing an easy run, there's no cool down. You continue to do your easy run. There's not much point in doing easy running after easy running. But if you've done some of those other runs, it's the exact opposite. You want to make sure that you're gradually lowering your heart rate and gradually lowering your core body temperature. There's also the side benefit is that faster running, you're going to have some lactate in your system. Your body can use that as fuel, and the easy run will just burn that off. So the example I'll use about lowering your HR slowly and your core body temperature is, imagine if you take a glass bowl and you put that bowl in the microwave and you cook something that gets hot and you put the bowl in the sink and then you run cold water on it. That glass is likely to shatter. Why? Because it was cooled down too quickly. It's the same type of thing with your body. Not cooling down gradually can lead to some injuries. In fact, if you go to the track and you watch the high school or college people out doing their track, a lot of times after they're done with their track work, they throw their track pants on. They might throw their track jacket on while they do their cool down and wear those. What they're doing is trying to gradually take their temperature and heart rate down. So that's why you do that. Now, the last thing would be, what if you're pressed for time? I hear that from people all the time. You know, I'm pressed for time, so I didn't do the warm-up. Or I was pressed for time, so I didn't do the cool down. What should you do? The fact is, in general, what you should do is cut the harder work in the middle. Now, you can maybe get away with doing a little bit less cool down or maybe a little bit less warm-up, but you don't want to eliminate either one altogether. If you're pressed for time and you're not going to be able to finish one of those, then instead of doing, 4 by 1 mile fast, maybe you're only going to have time for 3 because you still want to have some cool down and you still want to have some warm up involved with that. So that's a little bit about warming up, cooling down, what I do, why we do it. But if you got any questions, just let me know.